On May 28, 1997, I learned a really interesting lesson about love. I learned that I could love more than one woman. That was actually the day that my daughter was born, my oldest daughter. After the doctors had me cut the umbilical cord, I went off with the nurses with my daughter to have her weighed and have her measured and cleaned up. And the funny thing about it was I didn't realize how slow I was going. I was holding her in my arms, and my mother-in-law went with me. She had to several times say, "Come on, Eric, let's go, hurry up." And when I got down there, after the first few minutes, she left to go back with my wife as they were stitching her up. I didn't realize how long I was down there. I was just fascinated with this new life that I'd helped create. And so the whole experience was really awe-inspiring for me. And I was standing there, holding her hand, stroking her soft baby skin while the nurses were cleaning her up. And my mother-in-law came back a couple of different times and said, "Hey, come on, your wife wants to know where you're at." And so I said, "Oh, no, go. I'll be there." And then 2 hours later, when I walked back, my wife was very unhappy with me because she couldn't believe I had ditched her, as she puts it. And even to this day, she still talks about how I ditched her for our daughter. And so one of the things that I learned on that day was that I could indeed love two women equally. I think for me, thinking about it, the reason that I'm able to do that is that because there's no sexual component involved with my daughter. And so she is one of the loves of my life. She just graduated. She's 18, and I still love her as much today, probably more so than when I first met her 18 years ago. I've also learned that love is very limitless, and the more you give, or the more that I give to my wife and my children, the more I get back. And another thing that I've learned is that it is very, what I would call self-sustaining, because when you give it and it comes back to you, it just increases. And it's something that I've learned with not just my oldest daughter, but with my other two daughters and my son. And so just the more love that I give to my children, to my wife, the more love I get back from them. And then it repeats, and it's instead of being a vicious cycle, it's a wonderful cycle. It increases and is ever sustaining.